Hey, what's up, YouTube fam? I want to welcome you to Lil J Show. I am Lil J. Say, I hope everybody is having a wonderful and blessed day today. I hope it is going absolutely amazing for you guys. Uh, I'm pretty sure everybody remember this situation here. I believe this girl's name is Lakylia Taylor. Lakylia Taylor. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But she ended up knocking three dudes down. Taking them out, trying to defend her brother. When this first happened, everybody was saying she was defending her man, but it actually turned out to be her brother. But it's some new evidence that came out. Um, she got arrested, which I don't understand why she got arrested. That should have been self defense. I don't understand it why she's being charged for this situation because them dudes, you gonna see the video. Them dudes was on her brother, and I don't see why she ended up getting arrested for taking up for her brother. But I'm just wondering, like, if Detroit have those same laws like in California. Because in California, you can't defend yourself. I believe it's illegal for a person to even possess a weapon. So you cannot defend yourself. I think they don't even believe in the stand your ground law in California. I could be wrong, but I think uh, they don't believe in that stand your ground. But anyways, we're gonna watch this to for those who don't know about this situation. I'm gonna show you what happened, and then we're gonna go into another video about the new evidence. So let's go. Watch how these dudes start holding her brother out. Watch this. Look at that. 3-on-1. So she took off running. If you seen her running back there, she took off running to the
That's
car.
game, bitch, you know that shit. He trying to claim, but he a lame. We don't know that nigga. Just got a brand new watch chain and it ain't cost me shit.
You see how she came back? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it before I get in trouble. But that's her. You know what I'm saying? She knocking them down. She shouldn't even be charged. I don't understand that. This is crazy. So it's gotta be, them they don't have that self defense law in Detroit because why is she being charged? But anyways, we're gonna get into this video about the new evidence. Let's go. Hey, but you gotta give a shout out to this Pete Thuggin for making this video. Give a shout out to her. She has some pretty dope content. If you guys haven't or not subscribed to her channel, go over there and check her videos out. She be dropping some good stuff. So let's get to it. All right, y'all. So I believe that's the brother right there. She was trying to defend, get off my brother. You know what I'm saying? And she was knocking him down, but let's get into it.
Football fan Stephen Garden Jr. was known as Little Steve among his friends and family.
On May 17, he would have turned 19 years old. He was out there shopping for his birthday, is that correct?
Yes.
But Stephen Garden says his son Little Steve's life was cut short this past Saturday around 3 p.m. at the Foot Locker parking lot in East Point.
What's the deal, y'all? It's Pete Thuggin back at it again with another video, and I got some new content for y'all. But before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the like button on this video below, hit the subscribe button, and turn on my post notifications so that you don't miss out on any latest news and interesting topics on YouTube. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything being presented in the videos is meant to be enjoyed and it's not meant to be taken as factual evidence or legal advice. On a quiet Saturday afternoon in May of 2025, a Foot Locker parking lot in East Point, Michigan turned into a deadly war zone. A young woman, a brother in danger, and a gun, all caught on surveillance. This is the story of Lakylia Taylor. It was the afternoon of May 3rd, 2025 in East Point, Michigan. The Foot Locker on 8 Mile Road was busy with weekend shoppers, unaware that in just minutes, the parking lot would become the scene of a deadly shootout. 19-year-old Lakylia Taylor, accompanied by her brother, Dewan, pulled into the lot, a place they likely passed dozens of times. But this time it was different. Tension was thick, there had been drama brewing between groups, and everyone seemed to know it was about to boil over. As Lakylia and Dewan approached a parked Jeep Compass, Taiwan Morris Turner stepped out, already holding a gun. Words were exchanged, heated, loud, aggressive, the kind of words that don't lead to calm. A fight broke out. Dewan was outnumbered, thrown to the pavement, overwhelmed. Witnesses would later describe seeing Lakylia nearby, frozen at first, but visibly panicked as her brother was held down. Lakylia ran, not away but to her car, in the heat of the moment. Whether out of instinct, fear, or fury, she grabbed a gun. The firearm, later confirmed to be unregistered, was now in her hand, and she rushed back towards the chaos. What happened next was all caught on multiple surveillance cameras. Images that prosecutors would later say told the full story. Without hesitation, Lakylia fired. Her first shot struck Javon Maurice Newman, who had been pinning her brother. He fell, but she didn't stop. She turned and fired again, then this time killing Stephen Edward Garden Jr., who had nothing in his hands. Another shot hit Morris Turner, the man who started the face-off. In the confusion, even Dewan was accidentally hit, and then it was over. In less than a minute, the lot was stained with blood, littered with shell casings, and shaken bystanders. As sirens wailed in the distance, Dewan scrambled to grab the gun Maurice Turner had dropped. He snatched the weapon and the magazines. Then, the siblings fled in the same car they had arrived in, now marked by gunfire and death. They vanished before police could arrive.
On May 17, he would have turned 19 years old. He was out there shopping for his birthday, is that correct?
Yes.
But Stephen Garden says his son, Little Steve's life was cut short this past Saturday around 3 p.m. at the Foot Locker parking lot in East Point.
Got a call from my daughter. I was telling me he had got shot or whatever. I went up there to go see about it, went up there to the scene.
2 days later, on May 5th, Lakylia surrendered herself with a lawyer present. The footage had already gone viral in the justice system the next day. Dewan was arrested. Prosecutors didn't hesitate. Second-degree murder, assault with intent to murder, felony firearms, and more for Lakylia.
Now, why would they be charged with all that? I can see maybe for an unregistered firearm, but everybody can see that. Plain as day, excuse me. Plain as day, everybody can see that unless you're blind. That was self-defense. She was trying to keep them boys from hurting her brother. And they said that one of them had a piece. You know what I'm saying? So how do we know that if she didn't do what she did, her brother would still be here? So why are they charging her?
Dewan was hit with tampering with evidence, weapons theft, and larceny from Dewan. The courts weren't lenient, setting a $2.5 million bond for her and $250,000 bond for him.
That is
In
crazy.
court, Lakylia appeared by video. Her voice was shaking, barely holding back tears. Her lawyer described a sister watching her brother almost be murdered, saying she had no intent to kill. She didn't know the victims, he argued, and she was only trying to save family. The prosecution, however, described cold street justice, played back in crystal clear footage. They argued that she kept firing even after the immediate threat had ended, and it wasn't self-defense, it was retaliation.
Well, I've also heard, I've heard this coming from, straight out of the horse's mouth, where somebody ended up having to do what they had to do. And they just said that, it was just out of, a reaction. They couldn't keep their, their mind wasn't functioning well enough for them to keep that finger from pulling that trigger. So, you know what I'm saying? It could be all in shock. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you gonna do in a situation like that. And they just act like they just, you know what I'm saying, they know it all. Like, this is the reason why we're gonna do it is because she kept firing. Anybody would probably do the same thing. Anybody.
A probable cause hearing followed on May 20th, setting the stage for a deep review of the evidence. But the pivotal preliminary hearing that was originally scheduled for May 27th was delayed. One of the shooting victims, Morris Turner, was still recovering from surgery and unable to appear. The court pushed the hearing to July 18th, and that day is going to prove what will be the turning point of this case.
Just for the record, Your Honor, I am aware of the date at 8 a.m. on the 17th. Just so Ms. Taylor knows, her family knows, I did not consent to the adjournment. The prosecutor asked for adjournments on how it happens, but I understand that, Judge. For the record, it's beyond her 21-day rule, and I object. Thank you.
Thank you. And then, Mr. Upshaw, you have a bond motion that you filed.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may argue the bond motion and make a record.
This is important.
The bond motion that you have presented to the court sets forth the same arguments that you made on May 20th of 2025. I referred this matter to Community Corrections. There is no updated report, and I don't know what has changed other than we have a new date that would warrant the court at this point reducing the bond. I did not.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was a judge, if I was that judge and I was overseeing this case, I would throw it out immediately because she can see that this young woman was probably distraught. She could see, and she's seen the video. It's not like this girl is out here, you know what I'm saying, claiming hats. You know, she ain't doing none of that. She was just protecting her brother. So, I mean, I would throw it out. I would just dismiss the whole thing as self-defense. Why are they gonna try to, pursue with this case? You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Plain as day, they got different angles of the surveillance. It's not like she was out there wolfing and going on. You know what I'm saying? Like she just chasing after them guys. No, she stood right there and handled her business until them guys got off her brother.
The bond reduction based on the same set of facts that you presented to the court today. What would you like to say?
Judge, I totally respect the seriousness of the offense. I'm asking the court, especially due to the amount of time that's been passed because of things beyond the court's control. Mr. Kumar and I both, and this is pretty much, I don't want to take the court's time, but it's pretty much the same thing, but I just ask you to put emphasis on the fact that here's a woman with absolutely no prior arrest. And it's undisputed that the only reason she was there was taking her brother allegedly to the Foot Locker.
Right.
And Judge, I don't want to make the same argument, but we're going to leave her in bond when, in my opinion, if you would have seen the video, everyone knows she was not the aggressor.
And Mr. Upshaw, we will see the video, I assume, during the preliminary examination. I am going to respectfully deny your bond request at this time. I found good cause to adjourn the preliminary examination. We are coming back on July 18th. And I'll see everybody at that date and time.
Have a good day, y'all.
On July 18, 2025, inside a tense East Point courtroom, the surveillance footage will be played frame by frame. Prosecution will try to highlight each shot, each body falling, each second where Lakylia had the chance to stop but didn't. And her lawyer will counter with emotion and panic of the moment, how she believed her brother was going to die.
That panic of the moment. I was thinking that, but it didn't roll off my tongue. Panic of the moment. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that judge, them prosecutors and everything would do the same thing if they was in that situation.
Witness forensic experts and officers will be taking a stand. The judge will have the final say-so, but everyone that's been in that room knows the road ahead is going to be long. The evidence is overwhelming, but the emotions was just as heavy. The court would soon decide whether this was a case of defending family or crossing the lines into murder. My opinions on the situation, obviously none of us was there, but based on the circumstances of the case, we don't know what happened at that Foot Locker. We don't know who's innocent or guilty until they go through the judicial process. But from my understanding, she's still a girl with a group of men fighting. It's not likely that she would have been able to help her brother physically by fighting with 4 other people, grown men at that there. Regardless of the situation, that's how she handled it. That's how she felt she had to protect her brother, and she did what she had to do. I can't say, oh, did she shoot too many times or did she not? At the end of the day, somebody had a firearm. You get what I'm saying? Somebody had a firearm. And at the end of the day, she don't know if she shot that person, they won't shoot her next. So she just did it how she felt was necessary to keep her and her brother safe. She pretty much was in a point of shock. Obviously, witnesses around saying that she looked frantic and she looked panicked and she didn't know what to do but go to the car and grab the gun that she knew she had and use it. I mean, just like I told y'all, every consequence leads to action. She's in jail for murder and a family lost their kids. It's always reaction to action. So y'all got to think about it like this. If you were put in a situation where you are a woman and you guys could look at this situation from no point of view, you're looking at it from if it was you in these shoes, would you have shot those people or would you have ran and left your brother to die? And that's the situation that we're looking at. I'm not sticking up for nobody like I told y'all, but me in this situation, I probably would have reacted the same way. Probably not too intensely, but at the same time, nobody knows how it feels to be put in a position where there's firearms involved and you have a firearm to go protect yourself as well.
I don't understand that. Who in their right mind is gonna run away from their family member getting stomped and beat, and then knowing that one of them guys got a blick on them too? So what are you gonna do? Run away? Help! 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 If you do all that, by the time somebody come back, he could be unalive just from the beat down. You know what I'm saying? Or he could just be they could have just clapped him a couple of times, jumped in the car and took off. So she did what she felt was necessary to get them guys off of her brother. So I guess this is the new evidence that they coming up with. You know, which I don't see nothing new. I just feel like the judge, me personally, I feel like that judge should dismiss that. That video shows plain as day. I don't care how many angles they got, but whatever angle you got, it's gonna show the same thing that we just watched. That girl was trying to save her brother. I don't believe that she could have done anything else. I feel like if she would have ran off and tried to get help, it was other people standing around watching that. Nobody was helping. Nobody was pulling them guys off. If she'd have ran and tried to get help, or she'd have jumped on the phone and called 911, there's no telling what situation her brother would be in today. He might not even be here today. You know, so I just feel like that this judge, they need to go ahead and dismiss that. And if they don't, them prosecutors, man, Detroit, that is like a really dirty city, man, because that's clear as day, self-defense. But hey, you guys let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Please like this, get it out in the algorithm so this video can jump out. People can be aware of this situation. Hey, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. I appreciate my subs. And if you're not a sub, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep bringing some good content. I'm going to try to bring as much good content, and especially situations like this, as much as I can. So, hey, you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.